Hey y'all, we gotta talk about Bold and Bougie real quick that aired this week's episode, because it was about to piss me off a little bit. First of all, this is the Brandy Yvonne channel. Welcome back. We talk about fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows here. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This video, we are talking Bold and Bougie, We TV's new show done by Carlos King. This is episode one, or season one, episode 3. I believe it was titled Too Many Princesses for One Kingdom. And the princess who was not on the show can go. She can go. But we're gonna talk about that. It's a few people that kind of irritated me, and it might be a couple of y'all faves that I'm not feeling this episode. And we're gonna get into it right now. So basically, the episode picks up where they left off with them being at the tea party. So the girls are all asking Crystal, "Did you sleep with Usher? Did you slide in Usher's DMs?" But she was like, "Yeah, girl, remember I asked you that the other day." Crystal's like, "Girl, no, like what are you saying?" And so then Crystal is like, "I don't even like want to play around like that, because my ex and her ex, are good friends. So Usher and Neil are, they're good friends. So no, we're not about to play like that." And so then Tamika's like, "First of all, y'all, like I've had other exes, like I've been married other times, I've had other boyfriends." And so then Gocha was like, "Okay, girl, did you sleep with one of her men?" So then one of her other exes, and Crystal's like, "Girl, no, like what is this thing? Y'all trying to make me a home wrecker?" So Crystal said in her confessional, like, there's nothing promiscuous about her. Like they trying to, basically pull the whole card on her, and she ain't got it. Okay. She's like, she ain't got it. So I don't like how they're doing this to Crystal either. Like, first of all, let's move on. If we gotta talk about Monietta one more episode, like, please let this be the last episode of Monietta. Please. Like, if this is all we don't get for storyline, like I'm going to stop watching the show, because that's annoying. And nobody deserves this. Crystal doesn't deserve this. Monietta doesn't deserve this. Despite whatever the tabloids or the rumors said or whatever, at the end of the day, Neo is the man in the middle of all of this. Crystal is divorcing a man at this point. I don't even care anymore how Crystal got with Neo. Whether him and Monietta were together or not, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, I like Crystal now, and I didn't think I was gonna like her. I actually like her, one of the best people on the show to me at this point, and I like Princess as well, and I like Tamika. And I know we think Tamika may be a villain, but something about there's certain things I do like about Tamika, but the rest of y'all can go. So anywho, um, so Crystal was like, you know what? At the end of the day, like I don't even want to like keep talking about Monietta. Like she's not here. At the end of the day, she's like family to me, because our kids are siblings, so we always have that tie. And I don't think it's fair to keep talking about her. And she wants to did it. And so Tamika and Crystal both said at the end of the day they are good with each other. They don't have no issue. And so, because Gocha kind of kept trying to keep it going, like, "Well, girl, do you got an underlying issue with her, Tamika?" And Tamika was like, "First of all, I don't do underlying issues. My issues are all overlying. Okay, if I got something to say, I got a problem, I'm going to say it. Okay." And she will. Anyway, finally that scene is over. So then the next scene, I believe, is when we see Gocha and Tamika meet up now. They going for a walk in the rain. They both got on a sweatsuit. Now Gocha do got on this bedazzled sweatsuit for whatever reason. And Tamika got on her, I went to the basketball game sweatsuit with these puffy sleeves, right? And so Tamika's like, "Girl, you're late." Tamika said Gocha was late. She looked like Michael Jackson. She's giving very much Billie Jean with those crystals on, and why she wearing them crystals in the rain. I was hollering. So they go for a walk, and Gocha said, "Okay, so what you think about Crystal?" And so Tamika's like, "I adore her. I like her. I have no problem with her." And Gocha's like, "Really? Now you do?" And Tamika's like, "I never disliked her." She said, "I just wanted to set the tone of what the relationship was going to be because of my friend, but I just have to let you know how I'm going to be. Like, other than that, I don't have no problem with her. Like, I just have to let you know from up front." So basically, she just wanted to let her know how she feel about Monietta from the jump, but she don't have no issue with Crystal, is what she's saying. And so Gocha was like, "Well, girl, I couldn't tell." And Tamika's like, "Okay, like there's no issue there." And so Tamika's saying she don't know what Gocha's issue is with her. She's always coming, with an issue. And so Tamika's asking like, okay, are you gonna come to my book signing? And so Gosha's like, girl, which one? Because I didn't come to all your book signings. You're gonna have about 1,000,000 book signings. And so Tamika's like, well, I'm gonna have 1,000,000 if I gotta sell one of every copy, and I ain't sold 1,000,000 copies yet. Then I'm gonna have 1,000,000 book signings. And so see, now this is where I was confused because they're kind of trying to make it in this episode like Tamika and Gosha don't really have a friendship. And maybe they didn't, but they definitely seem to have some kind of history. If Gosha is saying, like, I've been to so many of your book signings. So I feel like there is a history there, right? So, anywho, they sit down and talk. And Gosha is like saying, like, okay, I feel like you are having an issue at the tea party, an issue at my, at my pool party. Like, you seem like you're being very, not interested, trying to get to know you. We're trying to ask you questions about your ex and your past relationship. You're not trying to talk about it. And so Tamika's thing is, my thing is, y'all always want to bring up my ex. And I'm like, dang, I'm sitting right here. Like, you can ask me questions about me. Like, why you always want to keep talking about my ex and shit? She said it starts to feel like, like you are a fan and not a friend, basically. And so it goes straight in her confession was like, girl, ain't nobody a fan here. Like, a groupie, what she says, you like trying to seem like you want some tickets or something. And so to Gosha's like, girl, ain't nobody there like that, like thinking about Usher like that. She's like, yeah, I'm a big fan, but I'm not like, trying to get free tickets or a groupie or nothing like that. And she said, I'm trying to figure out how you pulled them. I'm like, girl, stop. Anywho, Usher likes him older. Okay, maybe Gosha thought she would get Usher because she older. I don't know. Then Tamika was saying, like, you could ask me about me. Basically, it sounds like, you want some free tickets or something. And Gosha's like, girl, we can get our own tickets. Like, that's not it. She's just saying, like, okay, we just trying to get to know you. You acting like, you on this big superstar level because you have this big superstar. And is it that you feel like you're on this level because you have this superstar and nobody else is on that level? Is that what it is? And Tamika was like, okay, so I can see from my emotional intelligence side, like that you are projecting what you're feeling onto me. And I agree. I don't get that sense from Tamika, like, oh, I was with Usher and I'm up here and you guys are down here. That's never what Tamika gives. Tamika gonna shade you about your outfit, but that's because she is a stylist, okay? And clothes are important, and how you put them together is important to her. But she doesn't give like, I'm above you because I was with this superstar. Like, to me, she don't get that at all. And Tamika said, she's maybe from her upbringing, she does do things in a different way. She said in a professional that a lot of people like to sugarcoat things in this world, and she likes to tell it how it is. Okay, and she is very blunt. No problem with that. So, Gosha's is like, girl, you just got all these issues. I feel like you got all these issues, girl. You not trying to get to know everybody. And Tamika's like, okay, you know what, girl, I gotta go. Like, take care of yourself, girl. How about you make a list of complaints about my complaints? Gosha's like, girl, I ain't got no complaints. She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you, girl. So she's like saying, as Tamika's leaving, like, you gonna end up old, be married to yourself, be by yourself. You ain't got no man. I don't know how you gonna get a man. I don't like when Gosha was all saying all that stuff. Like, girl, you don't know how her life is going to be. And maybe she's okay with that. Like, she's clearly had men. She has how many kids? Despite the one that passed away, she still has what, 4 kids? And she's obviously been married and has a boyfriend, like she said. So she's fine. I think she's fine. So Tamika was walking away, but she had to come back and get her umbrella because she left it. And so then Gosha's like, you ain't never gonna have a man. You gonna be married by yourself. And then she's like, I'll be married to my house, married to my cars, married to my kids, all the above. And so then she was like, you ain't got no man. And so then I think Tamika said, oh, well, and no woman either. Gosha's like, you need to try it. Tamika's like, no, I don't. Okay. But anyway, I just didn't like all that stuff Gosha was saying about Tamika. Like, Tamika's fine. And I kind of get Tamika's point. Like, is every time we meet up, do we got to talk about Usher like every single time? Like, that don't even make sense, right? Every time we meet up, we got to talk about Usher. I get what she's saying. Like, it's the same thing y'all doing with Crystal. Every time you meet up, you got to talk about Monietta and Neo. Like, it's played out. Like, she wants the ladies to get to know her. Okay, not everything about, oh, what happened with you and Usher. Like, they just get tired. So I wasn't mad at Tamika in that moment. And you was wearing rhinestones in the rain. And it was funny because Tamika was saying, like, there's a lot of things I don't like, because she was saying, well, you was rude at the basketball thing, and I mean at the tea party. And she's like, you had me at this tea party, and you know, we I gotta wear these tight pumps, and it's not even like a nice tea party like that. And she said, okay, well, it's a lot of things you don't know about me. She's like, I don't like driving far. I don't like it when people wear rhinestones in the rain. Talking about Gocha's outfit, and Gocha was like, well, you need to wear them lifesaver puff things in the rain, because she had the puffy arm sleeves. So anyway, floaties. I think she called them floaties. So anyway, moving on. So then we see Princess, I believe. And she goes to the dentist office where her husband owns the dentist practice. And so she says she doesn't go there as much as she should, but she's the HR person there. So she put on her scrubs and she went to work. Okay. She had her tennis shoes on and everything. I was like, look at you, Princess. You are so cute. I love Princess too. And I want to know, I would love to know, you know, I would love to interview her myself or see an interview. I would love to know what made her now decide to go ahead and do reality TV in the Atlanta space. So she helped put Atlanta Housewives together. Like, that's a long time ago from, you know, when that show started. Like, why now do you want to come in front of the camera? I'm curious to know that. So anyway, um, so she's there, and, you know, her husband's like, okay, you know, we glad you here. You know, if Malaysia came, she said, my Princess wasn't doing no work. Now, Princess, you didn't look like you was really working like that, like that. Like, you was up there playing, but we'll say you was working, right? So anyway, Malaysia and Princess were talking, and Princess says she has her dealer's fashion show coming up. She feels like she's gonna ask people for help, but you know, there's too many hands in the pot last year. She said, you know, her dealer's fashion show is very lucrative, despite what people may think it's like one of her most lucrative ventures that she's had in a long time. Now I'm like, well, what will people think negatively because it's Dillard's and it's not Gucci or Louis Vuitton or something? Forget that. I love me some Dillard's, and I would shoot. Let me be part of the Dillard's fashion show. I would love to do something like I'm trying to think right now, like, how can I put on the Dillard's fashion show? Okay, because I love me some Dillard's, y'all. I'll stay in that store. So anyway, and they be having all them fancy brands there too. Okay. I'll be running up my dealer's car. It'd be all bad. So anywho, I need to go there right now. But really I don't. So anyway, so she told Malaysia, Malaysia's like, well, don't ask for help if you really don't want it, girl. So anyway, Malaysia brings up when Princess brought up the whole thing with Tamika might not be over her ex Usher yet. And so she said, you know, when you brought that up, you know, I don't know, that might have offended her. She seems like a no nonsense girl. So I feel like, you know, she would definitely know like why her and her husband broke up. And I feel like maybe she said that because she didn't really want to talk about it, and maybe she felt uncomfortable in that moment. And so Princess is like, yeah, I didn't see it as a problem at first, but now when you brought it up, I see what you mean. And so Princess is like, you know, me and Tamika have been friends a long time. And so Malaysia's like, you know, maybe you should call her and you know, say something and all that. Now, some point in the confessionals of this episode, there's another thing I didn't like. At some point in the confessionals of this episode, sorry y'all, my phone going off. So, and it's late. Anywho. Everyone's saying like, oh, Princess. So Malaysia said Princess doesn't really have a backbone. Crystal said to Princess is such a sweetheart. Gaucher said, you know, she's a punk. She's this and that. And I was like, what? And so basically the girls are feeling like, you know, oh, Princess gets taken advantage of. She needs to speak up for herself. Malaysia said that Gocha, Tamika, herself, and Crystal all have like some feistiness and a little bit bark and bite to themselves, but Princess does it, and Malaysia's like Princess needs to get a little bit more, you know, wood about herself, you know, a little bit more, you know, toughen up basically. And I disagree with that. Like, you know, maybe she does. I don't know, but I don't feel that Princess, don't change yourself to be like these ladies, to be feisty and nuck if you buck and all that, like these ladies. Like, you don't need to do all that. First of all, some of them playing and they ain't really like that in real life, because if somebody was to really get into it with them, they would back down, and you could tell which ones that are like that. Okay. And secondly, if Princess is nice, let her be nice. Like, I think she has discernment to know when she's being taken advantage of or not. Okay. So I just didn't like them painting this narrative of like, oh, Princess is weak and Princess can't take care of herself and blah blah blah. I just didn't like all that. So anyway, Princess calls Tamika and tells her, the other day we are at the tea party and I brought up that situation with your ex, and if I offended you, Tamika's like, girl, let me tell you right now, like, it's okay, like, it did not bother me. I'm fine, girl. I'm fine. She's like, we good. Like, don't even trip. Malaysia's like, well, you have to apologize. She didn't know, because Malaysia and Tamika didn't even know what she was supposed to be offended by. And that was my thing. That was nothing. I didn't feel like Princess had anything to apologize for. I felt like what Princess asked was natural in the conversation they were already having about Usher. So when Malaysia came saying Princess needs to apologize to Tamika about this, that also threw me left field. And I was like, are we just trying to create a storyline here? Because what? Like, I don't see what Princess said that was so out of line to Tamika. So anyway, Tamika also invited the ladies to her book signing, right? So then we get another scene where we get Gocha's out throwing darts or something at a bar. She invites Princess to go. Princess does well to throwing the darts. And Gocha basically tells Princess about her meeting with Tamika and how Tamika was saying how she don't want to always be talking about her ex. And so Princess is like, well, that's understandable. She wants you guys to get to know her, and at the same time, she needs to get to know you. And so Gocha's thing is like, we're not trying to talk about her ex, we're trying to talk about her. And so I get what Gocha is saying, but it can come across as like all y'all are doing or asking her about Usher. Like, I haven't heard you ask her other things except for the son passing away. They did talk about that at one time, but other than that, y'all ain't asked her nothing else really. So I get both sides, right? And so Gocha feels like, Princess is always taking up for Tamika. And so Princess says she's gonna have a conversation with Tamika about everything, because Gocha feels like Tamika's not trying to open herself up to the group. Like, she walked out at the pool party, had her thing at the tea party, so they feel like she's not giving what needs to be gave, like, to be genuine and get to know the ladies. Whatever. All right. Sorry y'all if I'm sniffing a lot. Y'all know I wasn't feeling well on Friday, and I'm still somewhat congested. I am feeling better for the most part, but I'm still sneezing and having congestion and all that good stuff. So anyway, hopefully I'm good by Monday, y'all. So then we get a scene with Crystal and her friend Shad, and I probably went out of order, y'all, but we gonna hit every scene, don't worry. So they, took the kids to like one of those play places with the balls and you jump around and the mats and the trampolines and all that stuff. I don't know what you call them, the play places, y'all know. So anywho, she played with her kids. She said she has to overcompensate ever since, her and her ex broke up, because the kids are used to two parents being in the household. But because Neo be on the road, all the time, she has to make up for both of them and overcompensate. So her time with her kids being hands-on is important to her, right? So she says she plays with the kids in there. She actually was like playing, okay, and I liked seeing that. So then she sits with talk with Shaw and tells him about the tea party and how they were jamming her up about sleeping with Usher. I was like, "Ooh, that's a fine man, though." And she was like, "Yeah, I don't even like, them saying that kind of stuff and playing around." And she said, she's on her glow up. She's about her bag. She's gonna have a hosting event. She said she used to do hosting, and she stopped doing it, when she got with Neo, and so that's how she used to make her money. So she's trying to get back to the hosting. So she's gonna have a club event at some club, restaurant, lounge. So in Atlanta, they do got a lot of the restaurant, club, lounge kind of feel places, because I went to one when I was there, and it's very nice. So it was a good time. I like it because you can sit down and eat and still go and get up and go dance if you want to. That's what I liked about it, because y'all know I'm about to be 36 this year, and the sister need to sit down, okay, have some water, have some food, go back and shake my butt a little bit, and then come back and sit down, okay. That's what I need. So I like it. So anywho, so she said, she's trying to get these ladies a chance, but she not trying to, be aggressive and stuff. She's trying to, do what she need to do. And so he was like, "Oh, you glowing now because you got this man, you doing so good now. And she was like, no, it's because God from up above gave me the strength and the source. I said, no, that's right, girl. And she was like, I don't have no man for the record. Okay. And she ain't giving no credit to the man. That's right. So let's talk about Tamika's book signing event. So Tamika go, and this is the scene y'all see behind me. There with Tamika there reading her book. And Tamika's book is called Here I Stand. I actually wouldn't mind getting that on the Audible. I might. So anyway, she's she's doing a book signing, taking pictures. She reads or talks about the book, and she went through a phase when she hated God because she's like, God takes away the good people, and she talks about how her son was on the machines for all these days, and she did a bedside visual every day, and when he finally, passed on, and how that was, and all that stuff. And somebody in the audience started crying, which made her get emotional. She started crying. She said her confessional that she is not nervous talking about her son passing, but she has anxiety because her emotions fluctuate about it sometimes. Sometimes talking about it can make her happy, or it can make her sad. That's understandable. And my heart goes out to Tamika when she is talking about her son, and then just in general, because for a parent to lose a kid, that's hard. That's very, very hard, right? And so Tamika's been through a lot. And I know she could come off harsh and very blunt. Maybe sometimes people may say she's even rude, but that lady been through a lot. Like that's sad. And you're right there when your son got in this jet ski accident. Like that's horrible. So anyway, um, so they were talking about the book, and it did get emotional. And so Princess came, and then Malaysia came, and some Princess and Malaysia were talking, and Malaysia's like, oh, I feel like, if you have a problem with your friend, you need to talk to her about it. And I feel sometimes like you'll have something you want to say, but then you'll kind of like backpedal on it. And I feel like if you really have an issue with her, you need to address it. And so Princess thing is like, I don't know if right here is the time and the place, because she just got done talking about her son. And in my opinion, this was not the time and place to talk about nothing Gocha had to say. Like, this lady just got done talking about her son. Like, if I was Princess, I would not have brought it up. I don't care what Malaysia is coming with. And so then Princess thing is like, well, I can understand. Like, I should tell her about talking with Gocha, because if that was me, I wouldn't want someone to tell me. So I'm just gonna do it now, so it doesn't become an issue later. So I think she just wanted to nip it in the bud, even though she knew it wasn't the best place, right, or in time. So Tamika came over there, and so they're all like, hey girl, how you doing? Okay. So then Malaysia's like, girl, we was just talking about you. And Princess is like, who was? And she's like, just kidding. Because I think Princess wasn't going to bring it up, really. I don't have a problem with that, though. Like, sometimes people be making an issue and it's not an issue. Like, even with me, for example, I'll say certain things and people be like, dang, or they'll laugh or think I'm being shady. And I really don't be having no shady intent, or I'm not trying to say nothing weird. But people take it like, oh, I'm saying it, and it's, saying something that's out there, and I'm just saying something in my mind that's just, true, whatever. But anyway, it is what it is, though. So Princess brings up the whole conversation with Gocha, and Gocha said, girl, you not really opening up to the group, and you're being dismissive. And she's like, let me tell you what Gocha said, girl. And so when she tells her all this, Tamika's like, girl, let me tell you, I don't care. It's okay. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She's doing a dance. She said, I don't care. And I said, me neither. So then Malaysia's like, well, no. So Malaysia tried to spin it, and I caught this game you did, Malaysia. It was cute, though. And Malaysia tried to spit it and say, well, no, girl, because you know what it is. I want to get to know you better. And what if I really need your help, or I want to come to your advice, but you are so dismissive and everything. And then I don't feel like, oh, you might dismiss me, so I'm not going to come to you with my problem. And she's like, and please don't say you don't care. So Tamika didn't say she didn't care. And she was like, you know what? I get it. But honestly, it's not that serious to me. Like, I, put things a certain way. I'm very blunt. That's just what it is. And so Tamika basically was like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this no more. Like, she's done. She said, wrap it up. She said, I'm dismissed. Like, you're dismissed. I'm just, we're done. I'm dismissing you guys. I'm done. I'm not talking about it no more. She's like, I gotta go. I gotta go sign some books. Love you. Bye. You're dismissed. And so then Malaysia's like, well, wait, who you talking to though? Who you talking to? She's like, bye. And so she had already left. And Malaysia's like, I don't get dismissed. Like, who she thought she was talking to? I don't get dismissed. And her in her confessional, she's like, you see how I look? I do not get dismissed. And I was like, girl, but you got dismissed right now. You just got dismissed. And you know what, y'all? I dismiss people too. So that's how I feel, Tamika. Not like that when I say that. I'll be like, they're dismissed, okay? But in a joke, like if I'm texting with somebody, like I'll be like, child, they dismissed. Not like in there, not like being rude to people, like you're dismissed, okay? Like I might have done it in person actually. Anyway. But yeah, to me, that just wasn't the place. Like Tamika probably went through so many emotions talking about her book. It just wasn't the right timing and place. And I don't know what Malaysia's trying to do. Trying to get Princess to say all these things that Princess may not want to say to Tamika. I just don't like that. So anyway, the last scene we get was just the other irritating scene of this episode. We get this club event that Crystal is having that she invited all the girls to. Gocha is not going because she says, she got to get to the money. She got to go out of town. So Malaysia and Princess get there. Malaysia's like, you got me a babysitter, got me a cute little order me a little jumper. I'm going to smoke some hookah, all that. So she gets there. She's like, I thought it was gonna be like a club thing. This is more like a restaurant lounge. And I'm like, oh my god. And so Princess like, yeah, I didn't know. So I want to go straight down the middle with my outfit. I feel you, Princess. So then Prince Malaysia said, oh yeah, my friend is coming, Dr. Princess. So the other princess came. So the princesses having their princess moment. They're like, oh, we're two princesses, blah, 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 right? So then Malaysia's like, okay, y'all the two princesses, but I'm the queen is right here. So then the girls are, talking, getting to know each other. And Crystal comes and she came in a bad outfit. You was looking good, girl. It was very much giving club attire. And Shaw came as well. So they sat at the table. And so Dr. Princess is like, oh, I thought this was like gonna be a club. Like, they got food here? Like, we ain't nobody serving us food. And so Crystal's like, you can order food, but I'm trying to turn her up. Crystal says she's trying to shake her ass. She's trying to get it popping, okay? So she's trying to have a good time. She back out in these streets. So Dr. Princess is like, well, we're not even a VIP or a section or anything. Waitress hasn't even came over to ask us what we wanted. Like, oh my god. And so Shaw was like, oh, Dr. Princess is bougie. She wanted this and that. And so Crystal's kind of getting irritated because she's just being a complainer, as she is. And so then everyone's talking, like getting to know each other, whatever. And so then I think Malaysia brings up the whole issue with Tamika to Princess saying like, oh, I think, you wanted to, I didn't like the way Tamika dismissed you at the book signing event. And I feel like, you shouldn't let her get away with talking to you like that. And I feel like sometimes you don't speak up for yourself. And you remind me of how I used to be with my ex-husband. And I would let a lot of stuff go and people play in my face because I wanted to protect my ex-husband's image. And I learned that I could not do that anymore because you give people an inch, like they'll take a mile. And so like you let them play with you, they're gonna play with you all day. And so Crystal's like, wait, what happened? And so Malaysia explains that about the book signing event and what happened. And so Malaysia's like, well, I didn't know she had just got done talking about her son. Yeah, Malaysia. Exactly. So then Princess is like, oh, she dismissed you? The other princess, like, you can't, yeah, she's like, yeah, you got my namesake. Like, I'm gonna need you to stand up for yourself. I'm gonna need you to check her on that. And so Princess is like, well, she's my friend, like, it's all good. And so Princess gets up and decides to go and go. She's, I'm gonna go tell Tamika. So they're like, girl, you gonna call her right now? And so Dr. Princess is like, yeah, you better get on her. You better check her. And she was like, Princess and B, I don't know you. I said, I know that's right. And so basically Princess thing is like, I don't know this lady. Like, you don't know me, but the relationship I have with Tamika, like, I don't know you. Like, girl, go away. And so I feel the same way about Dr. Princess. Like, she can go. We don't need her on the show. We already got one princess. We don't need two. And Crystal was even like, this is the princess I know. Okay. So then they were all talking about like, oh, well, if they're friends, like a friend shouldn't even do that. They were all debating the issue. Okay. So then Malaysia went to go check on Princess, and so Malaysia's outside talking to Princess, and Princess is in her Jeep on her phone. And so Malaysia's like, "Are you okay?" And Princess is like, "Yeah, kind of. I'm fine, whatever." And then Princess is like, "That girl saying she has my namesake. I don't know her, Malaysia. Like, why would you bring this girl around? She's trying to tell me, what to do and how to act. Like, I don't know her. Like, I don't appreciate you putting me in that situation. Like, she's been in my business. I don't know her. I don't understand what Princess is saying. Like, Dr. Princess was doing too much. Like, she was doing way too much." And just all out of line. She's just all out of line. So then Malaysia's like, "I know, I just want you to like make sure you can speak up for yourself and blah blah blah." Okay, so she said, "I'm gonna call Tamika." So she calls Tamika on the FaceTime. Girl, what you doing? Excuse me. And so then she told Malaysia, like, "Can you please leave?" Because Malaysia's just standing there. She said, "Can you please go? I need you to go. Back at the club." So she dismissed Malaysia. Okay, you were dismissed again, girl. This time she didn't use the word dismissed, but you was dismissed. So anyway, back inside the club. Now I don't know where Malaysia went. I guess she said she leaving and going back home and staying out of people's business. And inside the club, Crystal and Princess are talking, and so Crystal was saying how she used to be aggressive. She used to have a bad mouth, but she said God changed her. And so Dr. Princess said, "Well, I go to church and stuff too, but I could get, aggressive. I could do this and that, but I'm not, my mouth is not as bad as it used to be." And she said, "Because when I met you, I was gonna say some stuff to you." Oh yeah, she's the one that brought up Tamika. That's how Tamika got brought up. She was like, "Where's the girl that was singing?" That's what she said. So anyway, and she was like, "Because telling Crystal, yeah, when I first met you, I was going to, tell you some stuff." And she was like, "Girl, what you was going to say when you first met me?" She was like, "I was going to say, like, I thought you was loose or something." And she was like, "Wait, hold up. Wait, what?" She's like, "No, but after I got to know you, like, after talking to you, then I was like, no, let me not say that because I don't know that." And she's like, "Well, first of all, you're not going to be running no loose narrative over here. We're not going to be saying that." And so Dr. Princess is like, "Well, no, I don't know you. At the end of the day, I don't know you." So they're going back and forth, trying to get a word in. She's like, "I don't know you." And Crystal said, "Yeah, we're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep it that way." So then they going back and forth. And so Crystal was like, "Nah, we not on that. We not on that." So she stormed off. And so then they're arguing back and forth. And Princess, the thing Princess did that I really didn't like, she kept escalating and it riled Crystal up and she would not shut up. She would never de-escalate. I don't like it when people won't ever just stop and de-escalate. And I could tell that she purposely took Crystal out of character. And I didn't like that from my girl, Crystal. Okay. Crystal went to the bathroom area. She was mad. She was like, "Mike me." And because Shaw was like, "Okay, that's crazy. Whole narrative on you, girl. Like, that ain't you. Like, don't even go for that. Like, it ain't you. Why you get even that mad?" I think what Shaw was trying to say. And Princess is still sitting at that table by herself looking stupid. And I just don't like that lady. She can go. We already got one princess. We don't need two. Okay. So you're done. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode of Bold and Bougie. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video where you'd like to share your content. Tag me on Twitter at Brandy Yvonne. If you're a fan of Love is Blind, I posted the latest review for episodes 10 and 11 for season 6. The latest episode of Ready to Love review is also posted, as well as Married at First Sight. We still got to talk about Love and Marriage DC, y'all, so I'll probably do that Sunday. Yeah, because y'all, it's already like... Child, it's 1 o'clock. Okay, so I need to go to bed. Anyway, y'all, talk to y'all soon. Bye.